Hey guys, Toaster back. Got an ace tanker today for you in the SU-122-44. Today we're on El Haloof. We are, looks like mid-tier, and there's two Arties and looks like four TDs on each team. So I'm just going to a position where I think I might catch someone out. Oftentimes you'll have guys that'll rush down this area here, and sometimes you'll get a light tank up in this area. Now, one thing you'll notice, there are no light tanks in this game, which you'd think was a TD you want a light tank. No, I don't necessarily want a light tank because at this point I can be the light tank. I've got pretty good camo, and with my binos up, I've got actually fantastic view range. Now you'll notice that this Poodle and this T20 are making hard pressure towards our cap, right? And when they do that, this position becomes extremely viable because I can get into this position and guys are not able to shoot at me from the hill. I'm also covered from actually taking shots from the guys basically anywhere except for basically in this little ditch here. You know, if somebody goes into this ditch, they might spot me. But for the most part, I'm covered, right? And so we're able to take those guys out with relative ease. And we end up maybe getting a blind shot actually on that Poodle. It sure looks like I hit a blind shot on him, but we'll have to see after the game, right? So this game's going to start out and not go super well, and part of that is because we've got a lot of guys that are on heavy corner but very few guys on the medium side, and losing that medium side can be pretty important, especially because our STRV is not watching that side. You'd think he'd be watching that side, right? As our E25 is charging forward, he's actually he's charging a little bit too far. If he just stayed in these bushes down here, he'd be fine. But as it is, he's pushing into a crossfire. If that buggy sees him, or if he gets lit down here, you know, guys can charge you. And so that's not the greatest of ideas. But what we're doing is we're just sitting here waiting for this CS-53 or this Leo to make a mistake, because we realize that we really don't have a lot of backup here. So we're going to fire at these guys and pull back after we fire. So this is a long game. Strap yourselves in. And as we guess, the E25 is taken out. It shows that the Challenger and the Scorpion are still in cap, and they end up taking out our 40 TP, as well as we see the Leo making a big mistake. And you notice that I back up so that he is the only one that can hit me. So we catch a fire on him and we're able to take him out. And we're just gonna sit here for a little bit, get unlit, and then perhaps move to the middle. Now our IS-6 is trying to shore up the defenses, but I think he would have been better staying where he was, because he has no gun depression, and playing an IS-6 in that position is pretty tough. Although I will say an IS-6 is quite a formidable tank in in this matchup, right? That buggy's in trouble, but the problem is the IS-6 has got a Patriot on his side now, and he is going to probably take a lot of damage. It's currently 3-7, so you know, that's not a good thing, but we do pick up some vision. And that's all we're really trying to do, is pick up some vision on this side of the map. Because when you start getting into steamrolls, you know, these guys over here might decide it's time to push, right? So let's see what happens next, as we're just trying to put out a little bit of vision here and see if we can win this game, or at least pull it closer, right? So we're going to come down here, and we're just, again, trying to get in a position where we've got vision. Like, I don't have shots right here at all, but I am just trying to put out vision here. And we decide to move only because we don't have the ability to get shots. And I'm not so concerned about this Challenger because I did not get lit here. So I'm thinking that he's probably somewhere else, right? And so we're going to sit here and fire with impunity. And we're going to take a bad shot, right? Sometimes that happens far behind him. As we see on the mini-map, that VK is coming, but we are covered by bushes. And so we're going to try and get a shot on him, and we do get a tracking shot. So we'll take another shot there for sure. And no dice. That's okay. So in this location, you know, I've got shots on the Patriot, right? But the Patriot has quite a bit of armor, and with 175 pen, unless he is just flat side on, you're going to have a hard time penetrating him, right? So shortly, I make a decision to load HE because he's got 109 health left, right? And at 109 health, I can take him out with an HE round if it hits almost anywhere except for maybe the face of the mantlet. These HE rounds, I think, have 63 or 64 penetration, but they're a huge shell. I mean, 122 millimeters, a big shell. So we do load HE, and we're just waiting for him. And we're trying to get the outline on him. So if he makes a mistake, he's dead. And that's what we're looking for. And he does indeed make a mistake, and we're able to hit him. Looks like maybe in the rear even. So that is one scary tank out of the game. A Patriot in this matchup is really, really powerful. So next up is our friend in the VK, and we're just trying to wait for him to make a mistake. He is pulling up into bushes, and we have 2 artilleries that are going to harass him, especially since he's the only one lit, right? And so I don't want to get lit, obviously, but I do want to fire at him. So you notice I push up into the bushes up here, and I'm attempting to get vision on the section over down here, and then also this section, but keep bushes between me and the VK, right? So that is kind of my point here. As we pulled it really even now, you know, we were at 3-7 earlier, and so we've pulled it even. So really happy with that result so far in this game. And we had a shot, but he gives us a cleaner shot, and we're able to take him out for another 300 damage. That puts us up to 2,700. And now it's just waiting for my teammates to kind of push these guys. And we're not going to be the guy to push, right? Because we know that Scorpion G, we haven't seen him in a while. And we're guessing that he's probably up in here somewhere or over on this side. But I don't want to take the chance and take 500 damage because that puts me down to a one-shot for him. Fortunately, our T-43 is going to act as a little bit of a radar detector for us. And sometimes, you know, when your teammates are pushing, take advantage of it. So we line up a shot where we think he might be, and I'm just checking both positions to make sure that my hull does not have to move to hit both of those positions. And I can also hit that position up on the hill, right up in this area here. Anyway, that's kind of turretless TDs. You have to position well sometimes if you want to get a quick shot off. And I noticed that he has not yet been hit, right? So we're going to move on up, and I've done something unusual. I've loaded HE, and the reason I loaded HE, I've got a Scorpion G, I've got an IS-2, a Challenger, E-25, Hellcat, and Hummel. Of those, I can pen the Scorpion G, the Challenger, the Hellcat, and the Hummel. And if I hit the commander's hatch on the E-25, I can also pin him. Now, one thing about these shells, yeah, they have 64 millimeters of penetration, but they get 530 alpha. So it actually makes you trade well with Scorpion Gs. And because my reload is so much faster than them, I can actually beat a Scorpion G in a gunfight one-on-one. So, but the key for me is I've got to be prepped for it. I've got to be in a position where I can hit him either first or make sure that I hit him, you know, and in a place that's actually going to penetrate him. So anyway, we're moving up here, and we're just trying to see. It looks like that IS-22 is in all sorts of trouble. And I notice our T-43 has not been spotted. Or he's not taking damage anyway. He's only got 200 hit points, right? So if he takes damage, and this E-25 spots me, unfortunately, it's really unfortunate. And I should have turned around and shot at him, because I have shots at him, right? I should have fired at him instead of taking this fight. But we end up taking a shot on the Scorpion G, 484 damage. So here comes the Scorpion, and we're fighting gun depression. And unfortunately, we do take the Scorpion out. Unfortunately, because the Challenger has the small gun, he's able to take us out before we can reload. So now I've left this game that's really close in the hands of my team. And there's 2.5 minutes left. Let's fast forward it. And so there's 2.5 minutes left. They know where the Challenger is. The E-25 is almost dead. The Challenger is almost dead. The Hellcat is now spotted, and he's been killed. So it's a matter of where's the Hummel, and can we kill either the E-25 or the Challenger. And fortunate for this M46KR, he's able to kill him. Now, we've got 45 seconds, and they've given up. They don't have enough time to cap, because they've just squandered their time just a little too much. Instead of going straight for that Challenger and killing him and then getting on cap, they decide to not do that, and it ends up in a draw. So it's kind of a heartbreaker, but we'll see another game. We're coming up on another game. Let's take a quick look at the after action and then watch this back-to-back ace. Well, how unfortunate to get a draw out of that game, but that was our own fault. We left it to our teammates to win the game, and they did not win the game. We ended up with an ace tanker and a high caliber for our 820 XP, 3,915 damage, and 5 kills, and 17 shots fired, 13 hits, 12 pens, 300 assists. So we didn't get that much assist, but 4,200 combined in a tier 7 is pretty good. And we had some personal reserves going, and we also had a premium account at the time. So yeah, 123,000 credits. That's great in a tier 7 premium. And 4,200 experience is fantastic for our crew, right? We had achievements, we had some personal reserves, and of course it's a premium vehicle, so we got a bonus there. And yeah, great game for us. And the next game is going to be a little more fun, because we actually get a victory out of it. Spoilers. So we'll catch you guys on the next one. Tonester out.